Few figures in Hollywood history have embodied the intersection of artistic excellence and social activism as profoundly as Jane Fonda. Over a career spanning 6 remarkable decades, Fonda has established herself as one of the most decorated actresses of her generation, while simultaneously becoming one of America's most visible and controversial political activists. This comprehensive exploration of her life and career traces her journey from Hollywood royalty to counterculture icon to elder stateswoman of both cinema and social justice movements. Jane Seymour Fonda was born on December 21, 1937, in New York City to legendary actor Henry Fonda and socialite Frances Ford Seymour. Her upbringing in this prominent show business family came with both privilege and profound tragedy. When Jane was just 12 years old, her mother died by suicide while undergoing psychiatric treatment, an event that would shape Fonda's lifelong struggles with self-image and her later advocacy for mental health awareness. Fonda attended prestigious schools including the Emma Willard School and Vassar College before discovering her passion for acting during a 1954 charity performance with her father at the Omaha Community Playhouse. This experience planted the seeds of her future career, though her path to acting wasn't immediate. After dropping out of Vassar, she spent time in Paris studying art before returning to New York, where a fateful meeting with legendary acting coach Lee Strasberg at the Actors Studio changed her life trajectory. As Fonda recalled, "Lee Strasberg told me I had talent. Real talent. It was the first time that anyone, except my father, who had to say so, told me I was good at anything." Fonda made her professional debut on Broadway in 1960's There Was a Little Girl, earning a Tony nomination. And her film debut that same year in Tall Story, the 1960s saw Fonda establishing herself as a versatile performer, transitioning from ingenue roles to more complex characters. Early films like Period of Adjustment, 1962, and Walk on the Wild Side, 1962, for which she won a Golden Globe as Most Promising Newcomer, demonstrated her range. Her career breakthrough came with the 1965 Western comedy Cat Ballou, which brought her widespread recognition and proved her bankability as a leading lady. This was followed by successful pairings with Robert Redford in Barefoot in the Park, 1967, and her iconic turn as the space-age sex symbol in Barbarella, 1968, which cemented her status as a cultural icon. The decade closed with what many consider her first truly transformative performance in They Shoot Horses, Don't They? 1969. Her portrayal of a desperate Depression-era dance marathon contestant earned critical raves, with critic Pauline Kael noting Fonda's willingness to go all the way with challenging roles. The performance garnered her first Academy Award nomination and marked the beginning of her evolution from movie star to serious actress. The 1970s represented both Fonda's artistic zenith and her emergence as a polarizing political figure. She won her first Academy Award for Best Actress in 1971 for Clute playing a complex prostitute being stalked by a killer. Her second Oscar came in 1978 for Coming Home, where she portrayed a woman who falls in love with a paraplegic Vietnam veteran. These performances showcased her ability to bring depth and authenticity to socially relevant stories. During this period, Fonda became increasingly involved in anti-war activism, particularly opposing U.S. involvement in Vietnam. Her 1972 visit to Hanoi, where she was photographed sitting on a North Vietnamese anti-aircraft gun, earned her the derogatory nickname Hanoi Jane and made her one of the most controversial figures in America. As she later explained, "For me, art and activism have always been interconnected." Fonda also began producing films that aligned with her political values, including Coming Home and The China Syndrome, 1979. A thriller about nuclear safety that gained eerie relevance when the 3 Mile Island accident occurred just 12 days after the film's release. Career evolution and hiatus, 1980 to 2004. The 1980s saw Fonda continue to balance commercial success with artistic ambition. She starred in the feminist workplace comedy 9 to 5, 1980, with Lily Tomlin and Dolly Parton, which became both a box office hit and cultural touchstone. That same year, she launched Jane Fonda's Workout, which revolutionized the fitness industry and became the best-selling VHS tape of its time. After winning an Emmy for The Dollmaker, 1984, and appearing in several more films, Fonda surprised Hollywood by retiring from acting in 1990 following her marriage to media mogul Ted Turner. The 15-year hiatus saw her focus on activism, particularly through organizations she founded like the Georgia Campaign for Adolescent Pregnancy Prevention, GCAP. Fonda returned to acting in 2005 with Monster-in-Law, proving her enduring star power by simultaneously having a one-movie and one best-selling memoir, My Life So Far. Her subsequent work has shown remarkable range, from the Netflix series Grace and Frankie, 2015 to 2022, which became the platform's longest-running original series, to films like Youth, 2015, and Our Souls at Night, 2017, with Robert Redford. Now 87, Fonda remains active both creatively and politically. In 2025, she received the Screen Actors Guild Life Achievement Award. Using her acceptance speech to champion empathy and social justice, what we create is empathy. Our job is to understand another human being so profoundly that we can touch their souls. And make no mistake, empathy is not weak or woke. By the way, woke just means you give a damn about other people. Her recent activism has focused on climate change through initiatives like Fire Drill Fridays and the Jane Fonda Climate PAC. Reflecting on her unconventional path, Fonda has called herself a quintessential late bloomer, noting, "It's recent that I'm starting to let that into my psyche, and it makes me very happy because you don't always know what kind of impact you have." Jane Fonda's life represents an extraordinary journey of constant reinvention. From Hollywood royalty to counterculture rebel to feminist icon to environmental activist. With 2 Academy Awards, 7 Golden Globes, an Emmy, and countless other honors, her artistic legacy is secure. Equally significant is her impact as an activist who has consistently used her platform to advocate for peace, women's rights, and environmental justice. As she continues to work and speak out in her late 80s, Fonda embodies the idea that one never stops growing, as an artist, as an activist, and as a human being. Her story remains unfinished.